How's it going, crew? This is Happy Days and welcome back to another Terraria 1.4 Master Mode boss video. And in this one, guys, we're going to be looking at one of the pre-hard mode bosses that can be quite difficult in Master Mode. We're going to be looking at the Brain of Cthulhu, and in this video we're going to go through the loadout that I recommend you use for this boss, as well as looking at the arena that you want to set up to help during the battle. Then we're going to look at the boss fight in action, and I'll give some tips as we go. And then finally we'll see if there's any exclusive items that we can get our hands on. So with that said, guys, let's jump straight into it and check out the loadout. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the loadout that I recommend for your Brain of Cthulhu fight. So starting with, you either want a set of platinum or gold armor, depending what world you're in. The actual loadout is similar to the Eater of Worlds fight, seeing as they happen at about the same time. For accessories, if you found the goblin, feel free to reforge your equipment. Don't worry about getting perfect modifiers on everything, because it is very expensive at the start of Master Mode, but I do recommend menacing for damage if you can manage it. For buffs, I do recommend you taking a bit of time to farm up especially heart reach potions, and maybe even endurance heart reach, because the creepers from the Brain of Cthulhu actually have a 50% chance of spawning a heart, so this will keep you healed up during the battle. And then for weapons, you really want piercing attacks, so either one of the better magic staffs like the Amber Staff, or you want a bow armed with Jester arrows for that piercing attack to get through all of the creepers. And then you might want something like a boomstick, maybe a few grenades to help out as well. You also want max life and max mana, which I'll get another mana star in a moment. And with that said, let's go and take a look at the arena. So here we are, making our way into our arena, and basically, unlike the Eater of Worlds in the Corruption, our Crimson Caverns tend to be very large, so all you need to do is just sort of build some walls around it to stop all of the Crimson mobs getting in, a few platforms, and then you want things like campfires, heart lanterns if you've got some spare life crystals, and it's definitely worth raiding the beehives in the jungle just to pick up some honey so you can get that regen buff. You also want to set up a little spawn point. This can be a difficult boss, especially on Master Mode, and then basically you're ready to go. So you get your buffs on, and you just want to make sure you've got a bottle and a grappling hook for this battle, so it gives you a lot of extra mobility that you're going to need, and it'll probably save your life. Alright, so let's just clear these mobs quickly. Beautiful. Alrighty, so our main weapons are going to be our boomstick for the second half and our platinum bow for the first half. Let's get this started. 3, 2, 1, boom. Alrighty. So at the start of the fight, it's going to teleport in, and all of the creepers follow it around, and they sort of charge at you, but they do go back to where the brain is. Now, you have to be careful with these creepers. They inflict a lot of debuffs, slow, things like darkness, stuff like that. There you go, I just got hit by darkness by it. But the reason you really want that heart reach potion is that they have a 50% chance of dropping the heart, which I may have mentioned already, which is very useful. So once you start killing them, it's going to heal you up nice and quickly. Now, you might have noticed I started getting a bit stun locked there, and that's why you want all these extra platforms to grapple onto, and that way if you are getting sort of juggled around a bit, you can just sort of grapple on, get out of danger, because we can't get a Cobalt shield yet, which makes it very dangerous for us. So it does take a little while to start wearing them down, but just do your best, sort of take your time, and the main thing is to try and save... Oh goodness, I got confused. No, confusion is the worst debuff. Oh, one thing you really want to do if you can is try and make sure your potion charge is almost up by the time you start the second half of the fight, because it can deal a lot of damage to you. So it might even be worth waiting for a little bit before you kill the last few creepers, because the brain becomes quite aggressive once they're all down. So we've almost got them all. There we go, one to go. No, one more. There we go. Now this is where you want to swap to your boomstick straight away. It has decent knockback, and the brain is actually quite susceptible to knockback in this form. You can see it's sort of really pushing it away from me. All the other weapons tend to... I'll show the bow quickly. It doesn't really knock it back as much. I just find the boomstick's very reliable. Plus it deals damage. I mean, the quicker you can kill the boss, the quicker you start taking damage. So there we go. We took it out. So it's an interesting fight. It can be very, very difficult if you're not prepared. There's our beautiful relic. Very nice brain. It can be very hard, but at the same time, if you prepare a good arena and you've got a good piercing weapon and a good knockback weapon, it's not too bad at all. Alright, so let's open our treasure bag, see what we get, guys. 3, 2, 1, boom! And we got the Brain of Confusion. Now, this is really cool now. In 1.4, they've updated it to give you a chance to dodge. So if you are farming Master Mode bosses, this is really useful. It's a 1 in 6 chance, I believe, which is not bad at all. So yeah, if you're avoiding a few attacks, that's going to help you out a lot. Now, I want to get one of its exclusive items, so we'll swap to a stronger character, and we'll do a bit of farming. Okay, now we're ready to crush a few Brains of Cthulhu, so let's get our Terra Prisma out. Actually, let's see how Terra Prisma does against it. 3, 2, 1, let's summon it, and we'll see how quickly it can take out the creepers by itself. Okay, it teleported right on top of me. Okay, there we go. So the sword seems to do piercing attack, which is helping out quite a lot. I think the creepers have 200 hit points on Master Mode. So there you go. It's making short work of them. All right, let's cancel that, and we'll finish it off with our Zenith. See if we get... Hey, get out of here. Where'd you put my treasure? Oh, I think we got it, guys. The brain in a jar. Oh, my gosh. So I don't think I've seen this pet yet. So we'll put this one down. Beautiful. A second relic. We've actually been pretty lucky getting items quite quickly. So let's... It summons a spider brain. Pickled and shrunken. This brain can no longer hurt you. Alright, so let's get that equipped. And, oh my gosh, it's like a spider on legs. Okay, that is kind of terrifying. It can fly after you. And, oh, wow. I thought it was just going to float around. But, yeah, that's kind of... Here, I'll float in the air a bit. Does it float as well? Or... No, it's not falling for it. Oh yeah, it does. If you're flying, it will float around like it's kind of like a brainy fish in the sky. But that's kind of creepy when it follows you around like that. Anyway, guys, hope you're enjoying these Master Mode videos. Leave a like if it's helping you out. Subscribe for more content. And yeah, here's the most important part as always. You'll stay happy and I'll see you soon. This is Happy Days signing out. See ya.